Hi everyone. Victoria and I teamed up on Friday evening. Our project started to grow after an interesting conversation with 2050 Materials, who just presented. We liked how they had this huge LCA database, and we started out with wondering how integrated or how easy can this LCA and design process be. And our project is called LCA Miro. It's a sketch to LCA method. So there's been a lot of work in the area of early stage design and LCA integration, addressing all the softwares that architecture and engineering offices use. And also we just saw
There's a new one.
Yeah. And these are all sort of CAD integrated and very sort of software specific, although they address the early stage.
So we came up with a very rebellious idea from, basically borrowing the previous challenge. And we said that, okay, let's go very early stage. Let's go sketching, like really rough, dirty. And we imagine maybe bored architects sitting in front of their computers and getting the neck and the backache. Maybe in the future, having different kinds of backache, I think, because they still sit around these sketching boards. But yeah, what if we could get the complexity of our computational tools into this very, very, very early phase of the design? So sketching and really trying to understand what we can do with the pen, the pencil, and something which is paper and analog related. If we go next, we will refer here to Brett Victor, who in his research and also his dynamic land project, he really highlights that the direct interaction with our design tools is very crucial, and the more direct feedback we can get, and paper and pencil is something which we have learned to deal with since we are kids, so the more direct feedback we can get, actually the more creative the process can also remain. So, but what do we want to now in this weekend design very, very early? We decided to just focus on facades. And why facades? Actually, we think that facades are very often getting to the design stage rather at the later moment. Although this is maybe the biggest contribution to the city and the public space. So we find it very important that you actually early on, you take your sketch pen and try to come up with some ideas which do consider the context, the surrounding buildings, etc. So we are very stressed now because we want to do a live demo before we tell you how we do it and what we do. And this live demo actually will include a site which we picked. So we are in Vienna, since I had a nice 3D model on this side. We are in Vienna, it's Margaret and Gürtel, and we thought that we will deal with a corner building, this one, which you see here, and we will redesign the facade with hand sketches. And then let's see what is the LCA of that specific facade. So I think now, yeah, maybe you can hold this. We didn't practice this one, but we have an augmented controller, so we will do a hand sketch on Miro board. This is also why Miro is the title of our project. Sorry, maybe I just refer back to the previous project. We also use the API and the LCA catalog, which they provided with. We actually distinguish between bio and conventional facades, and we color code it. So basically our sketches, based on their colors, they define different properties, different materials, and then translate it into a 3D model, which you can also observe in augmented reality, and then you can play around with. So now the demo starts. We thought that first we do a sketch, and if I'm out of time,
Yeah.
So I need to make a sketch with my pencil. Of course, you could use also paper, but we didn't have a blue pen. So that's why actually we decided to go for this one. I will make a heart. This will be a heart window. And I will make maybe also some windows and some doors at the bottom of my building. I'm very rough, I'm very dirty. And I say AEC. Let's see what happens with this facade. The workflow, it's not the smoothest ever, but basically Miro board allows us to collaborate on this project. So anybody could just sketch something and then makes a screenshot. Then this screenshot, ideally you directly upload it to our little online interface. I mean, it's a Python code hosted currently on Streamlit. And then you can just find your AEC image and hopefully get a very nice boundary curve. Basically, this is the secret. Then we say hello 11. We save it to Speckle. Speckle is used for everything in our world. And also, we have to highlight that we are both architects, so we are most this Rhino grasshopper world plus some coding expertise here on the left side. So we go back to our model, and wow, do you see what I see? Currently, we are using a voxelization, but you could use the freeform facades also. And with our little augmented app, we actually, we don't see anything, but I will be able to show a video later. How can I show it? Do you see? All right. So here, actually, in the AR, I can control if I want to pick a bio facade, a roof, or something which is more conventional. So I have an option to change the color. Just then the 3D model. So I see the exactly. So now I change this facade to a bio facade, and I can also change the roof, the bio roof. And then actually there is an indicator for the LCA, which is brought from the Excel and the JSON, which you prepared for us, and you can compare between the different variations. So this one, with bio, we have 35,000 roughly, and with conventional, we have 137,000 kilograms. All right? Okay. And the nice thing is that it goes immediately up to Speckle, so you can also view it. This is our facade. Here, something is broken a little bit, but anyways, you get the embodied carbon value, and thanks to Miro and its embedded functionality, we can embed it next to our model. We can view it. We can take a screenshot, and then we can start to compare. So this is basically our dashboard in that sense. Can we go to the compass video? Yes. All right. Ooh. Okay. One video we have. Okay.
3 seconds.
So is it this? Okay.
It's a very slow process.
This is not that. Okay, I don't know if this is the right iteration, but we have the LCA data connecting and the geometry integrated through Compass. With the what I'm printing here is how the LCA is saved within each panel. It's not this is not the way we imagine the software to be, but just to show you that the sort of backend works there. We have okay, so we are using the Compass mesh data structure, and within that we are updating the 2050 materials into this by simply inheriting from their mesh, and we then add all the relevant attributes to this, and this way we can also have a network of panels which would be helpful for complex facades and so on. So this way the information is supposed to flow, and we use Compass as cookie cutter, so we have like a web page, but the API is very small right now. And yeah, that's our open GitHub, where we have the code, which is not very clean. So yeah, that's us. I'll stop.